Hello, guys. Welcome back to our channel. This is David, and this is We Are Growth Hack, where we interview all my good friends from the Amazon FBA businesses. There is a lot going on, and I'm super excited today to have Chris on the show. Welcome, Chris. How you doing?
What's up, brother? Good, man. The only thing that is bumming me out is that I haven't seen you in person in a long time because of this whole
Oh,
pandemic deal.
man, it's terrible. Seriously, I'm getting used now. Is my best friend right
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Zoom is all your best friends.
now. Yeah, all of them combined together.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Living
it's
life in little squares.
yeah. I was actually
Brady Bunch.
Yeah, I was talking last night with one of my other good friends. He's based in Atlanta, and he told me, "How the heck you're the only guy that I know doing Amazon and e-commerce in Phuket? There is no other one here doing e-commerce because in Thailand, the digital nomad place is Chiang Mai, and
Mm.
yeah. But you just been in Mexico, right? How was that?
Yeah, I was in Cancun actually. Yeah, I was in Cancun with the Titan Network, the Titan guys, Athena and Dan and Justin, Dyson, all those people. It was great. It was awesome. We had the whole regular conference there. People wore masks and a lot of it was outside and stuff like that, but it went fine. Everyone had got tested upon entering and upon leaving, and nobody was positive. It all went really well. So yeah, it was a
What
big risk, but we did it, and it went well.
was it like a internal rule of getting tested, or is it like a Mexican rule? Because I know I mean, I hear something, but I don't know anything for sure because I haven't been there in Mexico yet.
Yeah,
That Mexico is quite laid back when it comes to controls and regulations of COVID, right?
they are. Yeah, they're really laid back. This was actually the rule from the resort where we held the conference itself. That's what imposed the rule of the testing. And yeah, I don't know about this testing. It's like I really don't know the science behind the testing. It's somehow they like give you the results in like 40 minutes, and I'm just like, really? Okay, well,
Okay.
all right.
Wanna do this? Okay, let's do this.
Yeah, hey, as long as I can get on my flight and get back home, it's all
Exactly.
good.
Right. So, okay. Tell us also about the very new upcoming AdWorld Conference. I just saw the advertising with your face on that like 24 hours ago. Tell us, what
Oh
can
yeah, yeah.
what can you disclose about that?
They're really good at doing that. They like pump you out. Yeah, I'm talking at AdWorld about the future of advertising on Amazon and how Amazon advertising is changing. I mean, when I started selling on Amazon in 2015, 6 years ago, the Amazon PPC had just come out. I think only like months before I started selling, and it was like, the most bare bones you could imagine. There's no portfolio structure, campaign structure, anything. It was just you could advertise your product in sponsored search results, and there was like a limit, I think, of like $10 per day was like the max you could spend, and which like I can't even imagine that now,
I
with the
remember.
amount that we're selling on Amazon. But yeah, it's from there, it's already grown so much and become so much more sophisticated, with product placement ads, sponsored brands, video ads, all kinds of different insights that you can pull out of your search term reports, all different placements, bids landing you in different places in search and around the platform, sponsored storefronts, just all kinds of stuff. And it's still like only the beginning. Like we saw posts come out in the last year, and there's going to be sponsored posts too. There's Amazon Live video. There's a lot of stuff happening. So I'm basically going to be like talking about the trend of how Amazon advertising has changed in the last since it was released like 7 years ago, and then where it's going to, because it was like, just Google and Facebook basically like dominating the online ad space. And now it's Google, Facebook, and Amazon is like a far third, but it's quickly gaining market share for like overall internet advertising.
Yes,
So
it is.
pretty crazy stuff.
Yeah, yeah, we talked a lot about this in our prediction for 2021, and yeah, we agree about this definitely.
Yeah.
Chris, I want to introduce you to our listeners here because I think within my network you're one of the best guys. You know a lot of things. I always love listening to your talks, whether it's a webinar or a conference, and you're very funny. You always show information in a way that is never boring. I would never forget when you showed up with that orange suit at the global
The jumpsuit. Yeah, yeah. Back in the judo launch days.
that was amazing. So tell
Yeah, that
us
was fun.
in a few words who you are, what you're doing right now, and how can you help sellers.
Yeah, I mean, I came more from a science background actually at first. I got a degree in physics and I was working in electrical engineering in a solar company. Um, and I basically like my journey is that I had like the late in life realization relatively after I'd graduated college, after I'd gotten a job and all of that. I had the late realization that like technical knowledge isn't the route to influence. If you want to influence the world, if you want to influence humanity and stuff, it's not all about you, like what's in here, what you can figure out yourself. It's actually about other people, um, motivating a group of other people to solve problems, convincing other people to use your solution. Um, yeah, so I learned that kind of late. I got late in the game, sort of, at least a lot later than a lot of my friends. Um, so I like kind of cut my teeth in the school that I went to, like the business school of hard knocks, so to speak, since I didn't get any business training or even any like people skills training most of my life leading up to that point, you know. I was all focused on me making a discovery myself that would add to the put my brick in the wall of human knowledge, so to speak. So I started dabbling in business in the solar industry and started a branch of the solar company that I was working in. That was a manufacturing arm, and it manufactured solar racking. And it was very unlike the e-commerce world that we live in, where we get hundreds or thousands of orders per day. You'd get one order every few weeks or even every few months, but it'd be like a $750,000 deal. So you're going around making sales to engineers and stuff like that. And I just made a fool of myself basically for 4 years, you know, starting that business, wearing a tie, giving out my business card, shaking hands, acting like a businessman. Um, but then, you know, through the kind of school of hard knocks, I did learn the fundamentals. And reading all the books like the Lean Startup, 4 Hour Work Week, all the standards business books that we've all read. Um, and then I went out and started my own brand. And Amazon was the major channel for it. Although we did have other distribution, Amazon was where I really focused. And I was able to build a 7-figure brand on Amazon and ported that success over to helping other brands succeed and partnering with other brands either through equity partnerships or revenue share partnerships, to get them launched as well. And then ended up working with 8-figure brands and even a select few 9-figure brands on Amazon. And yeah, and now I'm focused on growing Sophie Society, where we create conversion content for Amazon listings, photo, video, text, content that's geared to convert. And we pair that with PPC so that we have like the traffic side of things and the conversion side of things. And yeah, and so that's what I do now. The good thing is about my journey is that the scientific background caused me to be like very quantitative. I think you and I share that that quantitative analysis based. I mean, I know because I've read your 5,000 word blog post, so I know you could be super quantitative, dude. And I love that. I always feel a kinship with people in the industry who are like that.
Yeah. Actually, some of my blog posts, past the 12,000 words.
Oh God! Wow! Holy
Yeah,
shit!
yeah. The follow up from the Chinese sellers blog post is over
Oh,
12,000 words.
whoa!
Give me a second. I forget to connect my this thing.
That
Yeah,
always helps.
yeah. Yeah, I love. I mean, I didn't directly study science, but I did communication science. So
Okay.
yeah, I always try to have a scientific approach to everything that I do, to test different things, and to go a lot into the deep detail of everything that I say, because it needs to be backed, and it
Yeah.
needs to have some kind of proof. So I always put referral links and proof of what I'm saying, that is not just me saying this thing. But yeah, so this is amazing, and I actually heard you speaking about listing optimization more than once, and I really like your approach. So tell us how Sophie Society works right now. How do you turn upside down a listing that doesn't convert? Or can you also tell us some of the most common mistakes that sellers do when they create the listings and how they can fix that?
Yeah, totally. Yeah, it's a good way to phrase that actually. Because definitely people do come to us all the time about to fix up listings or to relaunch listings that were working really well and stopped working really well. Um, I think like the main thing that underpins everything when it comes to creating listing content that converts is just understanding human psychology. Like there are two basic like fields that you need to understand to succeed on Amazon. One is the algorithm, like Amazon's algorithm, which is also programmed with human psychology to adapt to human psychology and to fit human psychology and shape human psychology too. And then the other thing is the people and the humans that are on the listing. So there's the algorithms and the people. The algorithm side is all the keyword research, the indexing, um, keyword stuffing, all of that stuff, making sure you have main and long tail keywords. The human side is all the conversion stuff. It's also related to the algorithm stuff because you need to get more relevant traffic to the listing, because the more relevant traffic you have, the higher converting the listing will be. But also the main thing is writing and crafting copy and content that leads people to make a decision. And so like what we did was get really deep into shopper behavior. Like people, when I started selling on Amazon and even up until now, like I like creepily observe people on shopping on Amazon. Like, my family members and friends and stuff like that, like I'll see like how they shop and like what they do. And it makes a difference because like for instance, people don't view your listing in like chronological order. They don't start from the top, read your whole title, look through all your images, read each bullet point in order, and then go down to the next thing and the next thing and the next thing and the next thing. They scan the top really fast. They read some of the words and some of the stuff that makes sense to them that they're looking for. They might click on some of the listings, maybe not even. They might just hover over, and then they scroll all the way down past the whole thing to read the reviews. And sometimes they'll only spend a couple seconds at the top and then just go straight to the reviews first. Then if they're happy with the reviews, they scroll back up from the bottom. And so this is one example of an effect of that, is that the enhanced brand content or the A+ content is actually really important because of this. Because once a shopper has like already decided that the social proof in the reviews is enough social proof for them to want to learn about the product, now they're ready to receive information from you. And the first thing they're going to see is actually your enhanced brand content. So sellers that use enhanced brand content as like an afterthought or something that's not as important as the images and the bullets are thinking about it completely wrong, because that's actually where shoppers are spending a lot of time, especially on mobile. Because on mobile, you don't have to like tap in to bring up images from enhanced brand content. You just scroll, and mobile users are used to scrolling with their thumb. They're used to Instagram, Facebook news feeds, Google news feeds, TikTok, whatever. Everything is scroll, 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 not tapping. Like as silly as it sounds, it's actually a commitment to lift your finger off the screen and tap different things. It sounds dumb, but it's way easier to just scroll up and down really fast. And that's, people are lazy and and attention is limited. And so the EBC, like if you craft it right, ends up being like the most impactful part of the listing when it comes to conversion, because you can communicate things in a very visual way, and especially in this super powerful combination of visuals and text. So using icons, using benefits-led graphics, using feature-led graphics, showing your ideal customer avatar, showing human faces. There was a study on this. I have to find the study because I keep quoting the study, but I have to find it again because it's been a long time since I actually looked at it. But there was a study on websites that showed that two websites that are exactly the same, but one has human faces and one does not, the one that has human faces will have a dramatically higher conversion for the visitor to take an action, whether it be to buy something or to subscribe to a newsletter or to book a call or whatever, than one that doesn't have faces. And the human faces, the weirdest thing was it didn't even have to be like the founders' faces or customers' faces. It was just like any human faces. It's that powerful. It's just a subconscious thing where we have more trust when we see human faces than if we don't see them.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
I agree with that. I mean, this applies to any kind of digital asset. And now that I'm relaunching our YouTube channel, for example, I noticed that, you know, what kind of videos get most views on your YouTube search page? Those that actually have a shocked face, you know, on the preview image. So now I put my nice face on every preview, or I put the face of the guest. So get ready to send me your image to put on the preview of this video.
You got it, bro. We could do a real clickbaity image. Look at this hood. They'll be like, who is that Wolfman? That's the thumbnail.
That's the preview. There. Yeah, that's the thumbnail. I'm gonna screenshot
clickbait.
That. Yeah, clickbait. the caveman.
Yeah. The Amazon caveman.
Yeah, this is amazing. You know, I personally am a strong believer of the fact that marketing and selling is psychology. I always say whenever someone is asking for a consulting or someone is asking for advice, what is marketing? What is the art of selling? I say it's exactly as flirting with a person of the opposite sex. You're selling yourself, you're showing the best. Totally. Yeah, it is all about psychology. You have to sell yourself. You have to flirt with your customer. And Amazon now gives a lot of, you know,
I want that on like a quote card with you.
Yeah. I know we share the same thoughts. Yeah, we share the same thoughts, exactly. And Amazon is offering so many tools right now, branded tools to actually play with your customers, you know, feelings and what they see. So this is absolutely amazing, I think, right now.
Yeah. Oh, it's so true. Yeah, you have more and more tools, and the cool thing is the tools allow sellers that have creativity to succeed more. Rather than sellers who are like either just using little hacks here and there, or like black hatting, or just like fleeting chasing trends and stuff like that. It allows like the true artist to succeed, I would say, in as cheesy as that sounds, because it's similar to like the Google trajectory. Like if you look at Google, you know, like 8 years ago, for instance, 10 years ago, even, it was like you could put up complete dog shit content that was just all keywords, like just a blog.
Yeah.
That was the worst content ever. That was just keyword stuff like crazy, and then rank for things, and then, you know, get money from AdWords or affiliate offers or whatever. And then Google's updates constantly made it harder and harder to just use stupid hacks and keyword stuffing to succeed. And more, the content that was actually useful and was actually good and creative and well done ended up ranking and going to the top. And there's still hacks you can do, and there's still SEO tricks and all of that. There's still plenty of that, but the raw value of the content itself means more and more as time goes on. And the same thing is happening to Amazon too. The raw value of the product itself and the raw value of the content that you create surrounding the product means more and more over time, and the hacks and the keyword stuffing and the black hat tactics and all the little tricks and stuff mean less and less over time.
Yeah, they're still present, but they definitely mean less.
Oh, yeah.
Especially when it comes to conversion, to the final sales, to customer retention, to this kind of elements that are more and more important on Amazon. I wanted to ask you something, because we always keep our videos here super short, and we give the opportunity to the listeners to get in touch directly with you if they want to learn more, if they want to use their services. Tell us some of the most common mistakes that sellers do when they just start writing their listings. What is the top 1 or 2 most common mistakes that sellers do that you're seeing in the seller?
One of the biggest things is worrying too much about the features of their product. Like the first thing you have to do, your first job when someone lands on the listing, is to make them want and desire the product emotionally. So, and the way to do that is speak to their emotions. It's like getting them to visualize the product in their life, getting them to see that you are speaking to them as a person. Like, if you should find out who your ideal customer avatar is before you create the listing. Is it old grandmas? Is it young Asian kids? Is it, whoever it is? Find out who that is and make sure that those are the people you're showing on your listing. Those are the people you're showing using the product. And that's the language that you're using. All of that stuff matters way more than the features of the product. The features of the product are I wouldn't say an afterthought, but they are what the shopper uses to rationalize their purchase after they already decide they want it. So first you have to show them that, yeah, I'm talking to you. You've landed in the right place. You're with your people. This is a product that will change your life in some way, even some small way, and get them to emotionally feel like, yeah, I want it. I desire this product. And then you go into the features, and that's just basically what seals the deal. So first, it's like communicating with your customer avatar in their own language, using benefits-led language, not features-led language, and then features.
Yeah.
So that's the order of operations there. And I think I would say at a huge portion of, even maybe a majority of sellers, flip that around. And first they go right into the features.
Yeah.
It's got 2 hinges. It's got a double reinforced zipper and all that stuff. Before that stuff, you have to make them desire the product. And that is way different.
This is so important. And we as agencies, we have to face this kind of problem every day when we're dealing with our clients, because they give us a bunch of features and this is just what they care about. But as a seller, you have to talk with your customer first. I just want to add something here. You just remind me of a project that I was managing with a client from Europe, and they had multiple brands in their account. They had at least 4 or 5 different brands. All of them were doing quite good. And I remember I had to use different copywriters to write listings because one of their brands was a pet accessories, a pet supplies, pet products. And I was using, actually, as a copywriter, a girl who had a lot of pets, and she was loving pets. So she could talk with this little tiny cutie doggy style, So she was directly talking with the customer avatar. And another kind of brand was a gamer's product. So like joypads and, keyboards. And I had to use a guy who was a diehard fan of gaming. And that really made a difference. That really, really made a difference. So you guys understand, how important it is to actually, once again, get into the deep psychology of your customer avatar, because that's ultimately what you want to do.
Yeah, exactly. That's so cool. That's a really cool anecdote there. So did you find these people
luckily they were already in my team, and I was just pulling the strings, and I was, okay, you do these listings and you do those listings. But it wouldn't be too hard for me or too strange for me to actually go look for someone like that. Something that I got asked just recently, like a few weeks ago, we just completed this task, was to translate some listing in Mexican Spanish. And
Oh,
I literally had to go and talk with my, old time friends, asking them, "Hey, you're from Mexico. Can you help me do these listings?" I literally had to
yeah,
do
yeah,
that, and that worked perfectly.
right.
So,
Yeah, because it's
yeah,
different, right? Yeah,
yes,
it's
it is.
Spain Spanish is different than Mexican Spanish and
Yeah,
different
yeah,
from Peruvian and Colombian.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah. With Sophie Society, what kind of sellers you normally help, and what kind of services, and how do you integrate PPC with listing optimization?
Yeah, so we're usually we're working with sellers that have like established businesses. Typically, we're not usually working with a seller who is like just about to launch their first product or really just launched their first product. Although we definitely do, but most of the sellers that work with us are selling currently, and want to sell more, want to optimize their businesses, take the businesses up a notch. And yeah, I think the unique thing and the reason that I took Sophie Society in the direction that I took it in is that um, the traffic side of Amazon and the conversion side of Amazon are not like separate worlds. They're like they inform each other and they're intertwined. So the insights that you get from running PPC campaigns has to be informing the content that you produce and the way you update content as time goes on. And your content choices also affect how you target with traffic because you want the most relevant traffic to the, like we were talking about before, the ideal customer avatar that you decided to commit to in your listing, in all of the people and the language that you use in your listing. So that affects what type of traffic you drive from advertising, especially when it gets into things like advertising that has creative component to it, like Amazon sponsored video ads. So these two things, like they're not separate worlds, and they need to be viewed together. So that's really what we do with brands that subscribe to us to manage their PPC. We're also using that data to inform the content that they need to use to upgrade. And we use their content to inform how we manage their PPC as well. So the two end up like reinforcing one another, and it's a positive reinforcement feedback loop that just makes listings perform better and better over time and makes businesses do better and better over time.
Yeah, yeah, definitely. I am sure that a lot of people will want to get in touch with you just to have a quick chat or know how you can help them or maybe just get a quick audit. Are you able to provide like a little discount for our listeners right now?
Yeah, yeah, I can for listing content, whether it's EBC, photo, video, or copy. We can give you guys 10% off as long as you just mention this video and
Yeah,
email hello@sophiesociety.com.
that's amazing. That's so
Yeah.
cool. Chris, do you want to tell us anything else before we say goodbye?
Um, I would just say for people, we've been speaking out there to all of the like people who are selling on Amazon, but I'm sure there are a lot of viewers who are like maybe hoping to sell on Amazon or exploring the possibility of doing that. Um, and I just know from my own journey that I shared with you guys earlier that uh, when you're about to make like a serious change in your life, or you're thinking about making a change like that, especially if you're coming from the corporate world and exploring entrepreneurship, there are a lot of things like in your life that could be keeping you from making that change or trying to keep you in the same place that you are. And that's natural. That's just a way of life. It's not that your friends don't want you to succeed. It's just that they like you and they want you to keep being you, and they're afraid to lose you. And your family too, and your environment, and even the city you live in, and all of that stuff. Um, you're gonna have to like shake things up. You're gonna have to break apart from some of the strings holding you in the place that you're in order to make a change. And I just want to say to those people, so we address them too, like, don't be afraid to do that. Don't be
Yeah,
afraid to break a couple things in your life, to shake things up, to snap some strings, to break some foundation supports, That's necessary if you actually want change in your life, and there's something in your life that you want to be different than it is. And you are a fluid concept. Like, every person is not stuck the way they are. We're not just, I'm not the same Chris that I was yesterday, and I'm certainly not the same Chris I was 2-3 years ago. I know I'm a fluid concept. I can become a different thing, and I choose the direction that I want to myself to go in, and so does everyone watching this. So wanted to
Wow.
get that out there.
This is amazing. Oh my God. And I can see myself so much into this. Yeah, yeah. You know, we have
Oh
this.
yeah, oh definitely. Oh, you for sure, dude. You're self-made, 100%.
Yeah.
That's one of the things I love about you. You're out there in Thailand just doing it. It's awesome.
Yeah.
So cool.
Yeah, I'm gonna tell more about my story in the next video maybe. But Chris, this was amazing. This was really great. Even just for the sake
Yeah,
of
this was sick.
listening. Yeah, you know, just for the sake of listening to those amazing advices, I think that this is a great episode, and people can just learn from guys like you. So it's hello@sophiesociety.com. We will leave your email and your website. Guys, remember, you get a discount if you mention this video, We Are Growth Hack. So Chris, until I see you next time, we can cheer again with some drink together.
Hell
So
yeah, man.
see you soon. Have a great time.
Sounds good. All right. See you, brother.
Great.